What is going on, guys? Okay, so I think I'm about 2 months into this, and it's definitely not working. I mean, the channel is not growing, subscribers are not going up, view count is not going up. So I think, I'm considering that it might be time to pivot a little bit and take things in a new direction. Whew. But that's probably not the right thing to do. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. This is still like the super early beginning, and I feel like I'm just probably one of those beginners that's like, they walk into a group of like experts, and all the experts are telling them, all right, you need to do this and this and this, and then the new guy says, yeah, nah, I think I'm just gonna do this instead, or I don't think so. I think this way is probably better. And so that's probably what's happening, and which is fine. I kind of anticipated it was going to happen at some point, and probably at least a few times in the first year or two, or however long. So I'm not really surprised, but I don't know. I mean, maybe there's an argument for switching things up. I think the big question is, I sit down and I ask myself, well, like, what else do you have to offer? You can't just, I don't want to just copy what other people are doing. I know that YouTube is, to me, it seems like the equation is, it's all about, entertainment. Are you going to entertain someone, or can you make them laugh? Or do you have something crazy enough, to drive a bunch of traffic to your video? And I know that's not really in my wheelhouse right now. And it might not ever be, honestly. But I have been thinking about, this is not right now, and I never thought it was going to be, and I don't think it ever will be the main, my main body of work. I don't ever think it's going to be on YouTube. Maybe it will be, but I don't think so. And so I was thinking about that, and it's like, well, does it really matter what exactly you're doing? You don't want to be embarrassing yourself, or you don't want to just be doing, jackassery type things, like, and that's already out there anyways, right? We had, Jackass and Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O and all those guys, and then you think about some of the other channels that are just kind of doing the whole wow factor craziness, right? You got Mr. Beast and Dude Perfect, and there's probably, I don't know hardly any YouTubers at all. Like, I'm not saying in person, I'm saying like period. Like, there's so much going on YouTube that I don't know about. There's probably, honestly, there's probably hundreds of accounts like that, that all have, probably not 50 million followers or whatever, but so I wouldn't want to just do something for the sake of thinking it'll work. One of the reasons I like Joe Rogan so much and what he's done with his podcast is because, I mean, yeah, there were podcasts, but, you know, the thing he did was like, there was no set formula that he was like, well, I saw this guy do this and it worked, so I'm gonna do that. You know, like, that's not a great example, but I think you get what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is, I wouldn't want to go out and just do the stuff that Mr. Beast is doing because I think, oh, I can, replicate what he's doing. I don't want to just copy someone because I think I'm going to get the same results. And even if I could do it, I wouldn't want to. I would hope that I don't. But, with that being said, I was thinking like, all right, you don't want all this to be a complete waste of time. You're spending the time uploading and filming and things like that, so maybe look into something different that's gonna generate more interest, or just like, honestly, if I came across videos like this, I probably wouldn't be sending them out or watching them back to back. Like, the stuff I watch on YouTube, it's like stuff that makes me laugh. It's like, interesting takes that kind of run against what is the norm out there. But mostly it's like, it's entertainment. And I feel like it's kind of a weird place to be because, I feel like it's a good idea. I think it's a smart move to move into this category of media, social media and things like that. But at the same time, it's like the things that I like, I don't really have the same things to offer. And I guess that's probably true with most people and what they're doing. I'm just wondering if, well, like I said, on the one side, it's still super early. I don't really know if there's any need to revamp or pivot and take the channel in a new direction. It's still pretty early. I don't even think it's been 2 months. Maybe it's been like 6 or 7 weeks. And I've missed more days than I even thought I was going to miss. I really didn't think it would be that hard to get one up every day, but it is. I mean, like, it's tough because it's like, I watch these videos and I realize that some of these videos that are 10 or 15 minutes long, they took like a week. And granted, that's like the biggest channels with huge budgets. And I'm not looking to replicate any of that. But it does sort of put things into perspective where even sitting down and doing something like this, the time it takes to edit and then moving stuff from the phone to the iPad, if it's over like, I don't know, 10 minutes, I have to break it up into, different like 5-minute sections anyways. And then just, life. I'm busy one day, and even if I have the content that I want, even if I already filmed, it's like I might not have time to edit it out, upload it, or any of that stuff. So, but yeah, I guess, really what I've been thinking about is, I guess there are some different directions that I think I could take this channel that might be more fun or more unique. But then it's like, are you just doing that to get clicks and views, and followers or subscribers? And then if that is the case, is that really so bad, or is it? And so I think at first, when you've got that purist mindset, you're thinking, no, like I have to do, only the thing that I'm most devoted to and what I believe in. But then I think I realized, like, that thing might only apply in one area. It might not encompass your whole life. Whatever that main focus is, that might just be in that one area. And then you're allowed to have other interests in other fields. And so, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it would be the worst thing if you were doing something just for money. I think about this interview that the guy who did Terminator and Avatar, I can't think of the director's name right now, the biggest one in Hollywood. But he did this interview, and he was talking about how, he always wanted to be like an oceanographer or a marine biologist or something. He wanted to, go deep sea exploring. But that's really expensive. He didn't have money. And so he started making movies, and he was saying, you want to do something that you love, yes, but if you can't, if that doesn't pay the bills, you want to do something that you love that they will also pay you to do. And so, I was thinking about that, and I don't know, it might not be the worst thing if, that's certainly one of the main goals, right, of having a YouTube channel is eventually you want it to, in time, you want it to be a source of income, or, you want it to materialize in some way, right? Even if it's not directly, maybe that, notoriety on YouTube leads to something else. But, I think in the end, I guess there are some people who just want to put stuff out there because for the intrinsic value. But, God, as I say that, it rings really true, As I say that, it seems like, dummy, that's the only thing you should be worrying about. But I don't know if it is, because, I have one of those purist mindsets, and I think sometimes it goes a little far. So I don't know, what I feel is like, yeah, that's right. You should only be putting it out there because, intrinsically you derive a lot of value from it or enjoyment. But, I have other things that I derive value from, intrinsically that I haven't ever been paid for, and if they never pay me to do it, I'll probably keep doing it. For me personally, I don't know if this is one of those things. I would like to think that after some years this pays off, and so at this point, I'm just sort of not really stuck, but I'm definitely contemplating whether or not you want to keep putting out the same stuff for a year, which was my original sort of timeline, or whether or not we want to do something else, maybe something wackier or kind of wild. I have to admit, I think I probably would be willing to do some wild stuff, if it was fun, or if you just get a good story from it, something that's entertaining. I read this book one time. It was a book on screenwriting, but it was from this professor at UCLA, and he said, when you go to the movies, you can do a lot worse than to entertain someone. A lot worse. I think in Hollywood especially, there's a lot of people that are consumed with, like, if you're going to make a movie, it needs to be a beautiful piece of art, and you know, it should touch on social issues, and, you know, they scoff, you know, at things like Iron Man or the Avengers movies, or, you know, any huge blockbuster with special effects. And I mean, I get tired of, I mean, if the movie's no good, I don't like it either, but, you know, not everything is going to be The Godfather, or, you know, not everything is going to be, you know, Dead Poet Society, or whatever. Some movies are just going to be a lot of fun with, you know, machine guns and motorcycles and whatever. But, you know, you could do a lot worse than just entertain people while they're in the movie theater, and I have to agree with them. And so I think the same probably applies on YouTube or any of these channels. And like I said at the beginning, that's mainly what keeps me around, is when I find something funny or entertaining. But I'm gonna wrap this one up. We'll see where it goes from here. But you know, videos are gonna keep coming one way or the other. So thanks for watching, and have a good one, guys.